motion to accept the minutes for 6/20/23 as written.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All right, next on the agenda is a continuation of the public hearing for 147 Hartford Ave East. Actually, I think, actually 147, 149, and 160.
Harry, how are you? Good, you?
Is that correct? 147, 149,
Yeah.
163?
Yeah.
Yeah. Jack, you on board there, buddy?
I'm here, babe. You want me to give a little background?
Yeah, just,
So for the board, this has been going on for quite a while, Harry knows. And I think we are now very close, if not there, to addressing all the traffic and civil issues that we were trying to work around. And they mostly had to do with the access and egress to the site, addressing the neighbors' concerns, and to extend the queuing line for the drive-through. And as you'll see on the proposed plans, Bob has extended that into the residential zone. And as at least I know Bill knows, when you have a property with commercial frontage and residential in the back, you can encroach up to 30 feet. So that seemed to be a good solution for Harry to address the queuing issue. We just got today a letter from Graves saying that they've signed off on all these changes as far as civil's concerned. That's it.
all right. So what were you saying? I'm sorry.
Just quickly, yeah, that was, the reason for the extension was accused of the
Did you
MDM.
get one?
Okay.
Get a copy of this.
They were very happy with that.
Okay. So Jack, what do we still have out? I've read MDM's report today, and other than lane markings and stuff like that.
I think if you were in a position to vote on this, I would suggest you do it with MDM's comments. The first one is that they do not block the intersection markings. That's very popular and has been for years now. And that we have, like we did with 23 Cape, we have a post-occupancy monitoring program to make sure that our concerns have been addressed. And they outline all the language to put in there, and I can take care of that.
Yeah, so you're gonna add those conditions to the decision, correct?
Correct.
Did you want to go over it any further?
I'll just quickly add, at the previous meeting, there was a request to think that we go wide and move the self-serve to this right side.
Mm-hmm.
And was it for constituents and local members, and then it's not shown on this plan, on the landscaping plan, we extended the group out of lights down this sideline and then.
To the depth of the 30 feet.
Well, to the zone line.
Yeah.
Correct. So
Okay.
those were taken care of. Other than the exchange of the queue, change of fuels. It's the same, they did quickly, just, they wanted to see its width at the entrance 18 feet. But they allowed us to go 6 more feet on 3 on each side to have the opening for the vehicles, but we're kind of like force the cars in. Their thought was it would make it, the 24 was too wide, it would encourage two-way traffic.
Yeah.
Like, kind of like taper
Yeah.
it down.
Yeah.
So we take care of that. The block is where they want it now over in here. The striping, the change of striping will go between pots. basically, we're gonna extend the left queue and the right queue, which should help things. And then we'll narrow down the eastbound lane, from about here on, so it'll help the situation, the traffic itself too.
So you agree with you're agreeing to the conditions that we're gonna set forth?
Well, he'll
What
have
they're
to agree.
requesting?
The MDM,
Yeah, well,
Can
yes,
we-
I figured it's a 6 month, supposed to be looked at 6 month after occupancy, and they list some things that they
Right.
want done.
Right, but as far as the lane markings and everything, that's gonna be conditional too. If we decide to vote tonight, that would be also conditional. You have to follow what their guide is.
Yeah,
Okay,
the plans are.
They updated for that?
Yeah,
okay.
the lanes and stuff, what they wanted, we sent them a plan, they had some corrections, we revised it. The only their last report was just basically they wanted the do not block intersection spot move to the other entrance, which we complied with.
Okay, do you guys have any questions?
On Graves letter number 15, where it talks about the drainage pipe in Hartford Ave East right away. Did anybody talk to the highway department on that?
So,
We did send the plans to them, but unfortunately, as you know, they don't have a superintendent right now. So we never got a response.
Well,
yeah,
we can always,
so
we
can
can
work
always
with the
leave a
town.
condition within the agreement that
Yeah.
whatever alterations the highway department would need, if any,
Correct.
you'd be,
Yeah.
you'd be, okay,
We can do that, yeah.
we can do that.
I'm good with that.
Write that down, Jack, or you want me to?
I'm doing it right now.
All right, my friend. Any other questions by the board? Okay. Seeing that you agreed to the conditions, I'm ready for a motion.
John.
I'll make a motion to approve 147, 149, and 163 Hartford Avenue as presented and to comply with the MDM requirements and to comply with the Mendon Highway Department's easement for the drainage.
So we will, it's a motion to approve it based on conditions. Okay.
Second.
On the MGM requirements and highway.
Mendon
You
Highway.
can just put it with conditions.
Okay.
With condition.
Second.
Got a second? All those in favor?
Aye.
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 Make a motion to close the public hearing for 147, 149, and 163 Hartford Ave East.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Both unanimous. Well, except for absentee.
Where is he?
Thank you.
I'm not sure. He didn't
Thank
reach
you.
out to me today.
Thank you.
Usually he does.
Guys.
He may be running just a tad late.
Well, they got their racing.
All right, so that puts that to rest. So,
racing to
That's
What's
been
that?
on the dock.
New Hampshire.
are they still in New Hampshire?
Well, they could
cancel for
Sunday.
Oh, that's why that's right, they did.
That one's been on the docket, this one, for a long time. I'm glad we got rid of it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
me too.
yeah, it's good. I'll be truthfully honest.
Get rid of it.
Yeah. We moved it along,
Approved.
moved it along.
We have it off our calendar.
It's only been the third time we've taken a look at this particular location, so.
You gonna change it to a coffee shop now or?
All right, so last but not least, we have the continuation of public hearing 55 Cape Road.
I can
All
tell
right.
you guys, we were waiting for comments from Jeff. We didn't hear anything else other than, from the fire department when he was here at the hearing. And we got a letter from Jeff today and it seems like everything's okay.
Okay,
Right.
just give me 1 second, Jack. Bob, I just want to make you aware that before any signage goes up, the planning board wants to see it. Okay, yeah,
I'll
and from
put,
now
I'll
on,
put that in.
yeah, from now on, all applications, I want to see the sign before it goes up.
Yep,
This would be, whatever case, permanent signage,
Permanent, yeah, Yeah, not on the building, but even on the building, we like to see, you know. I like it to be more towards the ones you see down the Cape, you know, maybe a little more dressy than just one of those big signs that stand there. Yeah, exactly, exactly. We're trying to change things a little at a time. But, all right, so that being said, 55, Cape Road.
Have a set of plans, everyone
Yep,
updated. Plan.
yeah, it should be in your packet.
Yep.
Okay, so what do we have outstanding on this, Jack?
Just Graves' letter, which you got this or I got this morning.
I got it. Yeah, I got it.
Got it.
So, zoning bylaws, they've revised sheets 3 and 4 form to include 5 trees. Comment 3 has been acknowledged, 3 and 4 revised. Number 4, acknowledged, 3 and 4 revised to include erosion control. Good. And the general engineering, no further comments. Design engineer provided that the only vehicles within the proposed addition will be propane powered forklifts. GI understands that the applicant would address building use, including vehicles within the building, and the potential need for a floor drain with the building inspector. Ultimately, that'll be his call. If in fact that it goes that way, you would need to come back. And we would need to get the plan approved again to make sure it meets stormwater and other. So, but, hopefully that is an issue. All right. You guys have any questions?
No.
Nothing. All right. And we need a motion.
I make a motion to approve the plans for 55 Cape Road as submitted.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Let's dispose of that one. We can close the public hearing, a motion.
I make a motion to close the public hearing for 55 Cape Road.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Bill, just a reminder on that one, that's site plan review only. That's not a special permit, so it's
Right.
just majority vote, yeah.
Right, yep. All right, what's next on the agenda here? All right, we have a special permit application for 1 Uxbridge Road. There you guys, come on back up.
Insurance company?
I think everyone lost interest in my
I remember
meetings,
they-
Bob.
They came in last time.
I'm still here. Yeah,
Hello, I'm Kendra Santa Maria, an engineer. Yes.
Bill. Yeah.
oh, yes, I have to read the articles into
I-
record.
I
I'm sorry.
apologize for getting going.
No, that's my fault. I put,
Grab Gail.
yeah, what'd you give it to me for? You know, I lose everything. It's only been here like 3 minutes and I already misplaced.
It was sticking out of your packet. It's in, yep, I think it's right there.
There it is. All right. All right. In accordance with MGL Chapter 48, Section 11, notice is hereby given that a public hearing will be held on Monday, July 17, 2023 at 6 p.m. in person in the Mendon Town Hall at 20 Main Street, Mendon, Massachusetts, to consider a site plan review special permit by Gary Howland at 33 West Street, Milford, for 1 Uxbridge Road. Owner of the property is Derek Patrick Bassoon. And that was in the paper on 6:30 and 7/7. So that addressed, I will open it. The public hearing. And
I'm Kendra Santa Maria, an engineer with Gary and Haldman. I'm here to represent Dr. Patrick Assoon for the change of use and special permit for the property at 1 Oxford Road. It is currently a business use, and we are looking to change it to a medical dental use. In addition to that, they would like to expand parking to accommodate additional expected customers. The building is going to remain as is. There will be internal renovations to change it over to a dentist office. To manage the stormwater expected from the increase of pavement, we are expanding the existing drainage infrastructure shown in blue here. In orange here is our limit of work. Green here, we have our wetlands on site, and then this is our 100-foot buffer. We did go to Conservation Commission to get that started last week. So we are in that process with them as well.
that's the current parking, correct? That's in the-
Proposed parking, I can pull up.
Oh, okay, all
Yeah,
right.
existing parking ends about here. And comes down.
Okay, so you have some additional in the setback, so you'll have to deal with conservation, yeah.
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah, we've already started the process with
Yep.
conservation, so doing that simultaneously. We did receive a letter from Graves Engineering earlier today. I've not had a chance to thoroughly review or respond, but I believe there were 2 comments that will require plan revisions.
I think the major one, Jeff had indicated was number 7.
Correct.
Yeah, proposed infiltration.
Oh, the size of the orifice on the the drain manhole, it was a 6-inch, he said it was on the side, so we're probably just gonna come back with a slotting opening to handle the capacity.
Okay.
Instead of it be going through this.
All right, see what he's recommending here.
Technically, he's also looking for something on number 1. A
Yeah,
phone
he
number.
said those were,
Correct.
yeah, those were
Yep.
just cleaning ups. He said no major issue, but he was concerned with 7. So,
Yep, number 7, we've not gotten a chance to thoroughly dive into it, but we do plan to revise the plan to reflect these necessary changes this week.
it depends to the I'll let you explain
Well,
it.
it's a part of the drainage.
Right.
It's a
The pipe into the basin's too small.
To a catch basin.
Now, is that the drain that's coming off the parking lot or coming out of the retention pond?
That would be the water coming from the parking lot,
Yeah, it's handling,
off the parking lot into this base, or this catch basin right there,
Right.
which is then going to flow into the
I don't know if it's
infiltration
about
basin.
last week. I was at conservation.
Okay,
And you were talking about right here in the corner right here, it was gonna be catch base to catch the silk and
Correct.
pines, and then that was going to go in.
that's the one that we're discussing. We're going
So
to
you're
be
just gonna
making
increase the
that change.
size of it?
Yep, just change the size of the orifice that will be letting the water in.
Yeah, no other change, other than adjust that one structure. He's crazy.
did you specifically talk to Jeff? Do you know what he would approve or not?
We're gonna have to get back to him, something,
Okay,
what's proposed. You know, we understand that, we'll revise the plans.
yeah, we're gonna have to continue this probably then.
Who's the
So
next
it's,
meeting?
so it's revised.
We still
Unfortunately,
have, just for the boys.
you have conservations.
Conservation in front of us. and
Okay.
That's.
Because we might not have a meeting for a few weeks because we got really nothing in front of us. I just want to be sure we aren't holding these up, but,
Not at this point.
okay. I'm sure if you do what Jeff requires, so we can probably take a vote on it at the next meeting.
Yeah, we anticipate getting the plans revised this week and out the door.
All right,
Jack and everybody with a letter,
okay.
get a clean bill of health for it.
Was there any other questions you guys had?
One meeting in August, are we doing
One meeting.
date?
What's that?
We have a date,
21st.
23rd.
21st.
That's the third
Yeah, I
Monday.
wanted the third week.
Do you want a motion to continue?
We need a
Well-
motion to continue, yeah.
Make a motion to continue the hearing for One Uxbridge Road to August 21st, 6 P M.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. That passes. So,
Moving right along.
Thank you very much.
yes,
Thank you.
yeah.
Well,
All right, we have 81 P for Mr. Sweet, 44 Milford Street. All the documents are here. Gail, you got a check?
My hand, just need to know how much?
Give it to the lady who collects the
Is
checks.
it two parcels?
Shouldn't be.
No, it's one
It's
parcel.
only one parcel, 25
Not amended?
to gentlemen. Yeah.
Mistake.
Huh?
The New England steak will have five.
Yeah.
Just to go over everything, guys. You guys want to step over here?
Let's put it on the stage so we can lay it out.
Yeah, all right, we can look at it over
Easier.
here.
Get the stamps and the pen and all that good stuff.
Then, you said it's-
Jason, you taking over for Jimmy?
this is what it- So it's automatic.
This is breaker.
This is, yeah. Is that the old Brady House? Yeah. So you doing what, make 2 lots into one?
I'm making one lot into two.
Oh. Yeah.
Yep.
What I'm trying to do is clean up the property. So. Correct.
Thank you, Dylan.
And I'm making this.
There we go.
And I'm taking all of this. And this.
Oh.
By inflow out ended.
This is all
One lot, so it's good.
This would tell, if this was, if this line was here.
Yeah, that's a total line, I understand.
Yep, okay. So what you really see is, if this line, I can see this portion.
Yeah.
And this is a goofy line because this property right here to that property off, yeah, and put a parking lot there. Just because I'm mentioned that. Away from the sunset sticking like. Sticking out.
Do you win, I need a bet.
No, but it's 23.
All right.
And more accessibility, there's no way to get to this lot because it's only 7.5 feet. It's 90, that's,
Well, unless, yeah.
so I'm landlocked there anyways. So that's the only way to get there is through this lot. That's, you know.
Sounds good. So. We need this. We vote. to approve.
I have them in order. I just gotta take Damon's out of there. It's the second one, I think, Jay.
So, Already Monday. I got to spend some time in Lennox this weekend. There was a wetland delineation class out in Lennox. So I took the ride out there.
A beautiful area.
It's a 2 hour ride. But when you get out there, it's well worth it.
Don't forget the two of them,
It's a nice downtown, isn't it, Bob?
both
Yeah.
have to be
You
signed.
know, I like the old looking buildings like that. I like the slow pace of things. I like everything about how much land, open space there is out there.
This meeting on record.
I like everything about it out there,
Yep.
except for the ride.
That's it. Is it 81P?
Yes.
But you time it with the Eastern States Fair, and you get a twofer.
Yeah, that's it.
I haven't been there.
Yeah, yes.
Eastern States?
That's it.
That's
You
great.
gotta see- you gotta see it.
In the fall.
There's so many things to do there. They have a state
There's
buildings.
art gallery.
Don't forget to date it.
You get cheese, you get ice cream.
I got it.
Maple syrup.
You got the Mylar too, right?
Now we get them. Clams.
Yeah, I gotta go. We've been to Topsfield.
That's a nice fair too. Yeah. And even if you want to go to a really nice fair that stayed for, town fair is Woodstock Fair. Woodstock Fair is a beautiful. Spencer Fair is nice, and they're a little more commercially. Yeah, highlight is, I don't know if they still do it, but they used to have, auto, what is it, demolition derbies. But when you're looking at, tractor pulls and stuff like that, then the Woodstock Fair is great for that. And it's a really quaint town. They got a little winery right near it too. So there's a winery and a brewery side by side, so you can,
Bob, are
So you
you
can
talking
make-
about Woodstock, Connecticut?
Yeah.
What's that?
You're talking Woodstock, Connecticut?
Yes,
Yeah.
What about Woodstock?
Woodstock, Connecticut Fair,
Oh, yeah, the fair?
Yeah, I love going there.
What are you doing there?
Every year,
Just
usually.
go there to enjoy the tractor pulls and the fact that it's still a
Oh, you wanna go to the good
less
one,
than
go to Spencer.
commercialized fair.
Well, we set up the Woodstock every year.
Do you?
We just talked about it today, getting stuff ready to go.
I see a good tractable, go to the Spencer.
Yeah, exactly.
Spencer's good. Driver.
See, all the things I was just saying.
Great.
Library.
Yeah.
Go to all of you.
It's turning what Mendon turned.
To my
Oh,
life.
animals area.
I keep it.
Yeah.
Oh, super.
I think you're supposed to record it.
None of my.
Oh, that's
No.
right, yeah.
Yeah,
bring it in and go to
Yeah.
record.
Oh, you can't bring it, then they don't want you to.
They don't watch.
That's right, so now it's the registry of deeds.
Okay.
Yeah, you gotta move them in and out. so-
Gotta move in and out.
Oh, no, well, they
And
haven't.
it's separated, so you gotta haul your
Oh,
animals,
plus I'll stay for the,
then you gotta haul them out, then you
you know,
gotta haul them back.
master plan.
No one wants to go anymore.
Bill, you have to,
Vote?
vote.
Yeah, we can vote to prove that. Motion.
What was it?
44 mil.
44 Milford Street.
Make a motion to approve the 81P for 44 Milford Street.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
thank you, gentlemen
You're all done.
and
Okay.
ladies.
All right, Bob, you're last, but not least.
You're in Helmont, got an 81P here. Got the form, the check, the Gail.
Two Form As.
Hope so.
Okay, me too. There are 4 pages. or-
So
Not stable.
Okay, one Staples, one's not. Put this in.
Here you go.
Oh, what are you actually doing?
this gentleman,
Can you put that up on the screen? Oh,
this plan.
it is up on the screen.
One house.
Oh, so
I'll make it
this is
bigger.
just being added to that?
Yeah, basically.
I did.
Yeah.
They write the deed up, they'll just have this spot and this parcel. Simple.
What we're doing.
I don't know, I can't see it.
61, 63. We're gonna need the plan. Can you bring the plan up here?
Stage like we
Come
did
up on
last night.
stage. Yeah.
Tell us what we're doing.
Yes.
We'll get you out of here.
It's defining two lots. One. It's.
Where's Harrington Road compared to that? Oh, Harrington should say that. I'll say so. I'll say. Yeah. Yeah, that's Larson's place. See your size, but. Larson's. So, yeah. He's there tagging on to that. That's only. Yeah, it's back. Yeah. Because I know my, she had the. She must just be.
Very close. Yeah, it's.
That was a piece of bubble for 90, so like, because that's where the,
Oh, is it? Yeah.
There should be a cell tower right here. I'm sure.
And this one.
Get a little bit more land, get a little bit bigger buffer. Everybody at bay.
Four here, we had three lots. How many paper copies? Four.
This for,
Yeah, we had four. Paper.
Oh, so Bob's in trouble. Get the merits, Bob.
oh, that's okay. We only keep one then. Like if one to the town. Well, that one's signed, but it's the one I have. It's all right. For you, it's okay. Don't worry about it. As long as we have one. And assessors and town clerk get the other two.
Hey, Gail, now that
Yes,
we're talking about 81Ps, I talked to Jean, and she would like, when we get the electronic copy of the 81P, before they go to the meeting, to send her a copy,
oh, okay.
and that way,
I'll make a, reminder.
she's concerned about the 61A.
61 As, right.
And it has no bearing on the planning board, but it's just so that she's aware of it.
Jack,
Okay.
I know the other question that Gene is concerned with is the ABCDs of any one number.
Yes, 61, that's what we're talking about, yeah.
Okay,
61 H, yeah.
I thought that was fun.
That is. Agriculture actually falls under. It can be 61 itself can be either 61A is agriculture, 61B is forest.
What's that?
Is it political?
Forestry.
Oh, Florida. Oh, really?
Yeah.
Hey, how?
And 60A Bob and 61C is recreation.
Oh, that's right. Recreation.
No, what I meant was, like, right now, we have A, B, and C. What she's trying to do is limit that if she can.
Oh, to numbers and addresses, yeah.
All right, so that's all that.
How do I get a forestry plan?
How do you get forestry? I don't know.
Forestry plan. Like, if I want to cut the trees in my backyard, how do I get a forestry plan?
I think you have to have
You
50
don't-
acres,
You don't have to,
50?
I
yeah.
think. I'm not
Yeah,
100%.
I think you're right, Jack. It has to be over
I
58.
think it's that much. I thought it was 10.
It might be, I don't know for sure.
Well, I dealt with it.
Yeah, well, you don't deal with them often, so, I mean, agricultural, yeah.
I think maybe the DCR, common conservation.
Department of Conservation and Recreation.
You get a forester out there and he takes a walk through and he marks stuff up and does a forest.
Okay.
And then they present it and they give it the okay. So
Now, if you want to clear land yourself and it's not in forestry, if you clear more than 1 acre, you have to come to the planning board. Oh, yeah. The board has to approve clearing of more than 1 acre of land.
Okay.
I'll make a motion.
Yeah, and-
Hold on.
63 Oakland Street.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
I'm just trying to stay out of trouble now. I'd rather ask for permission than
Yeah,
forgiveness.
actually, I'm trying to get everybody to
Yeah, we made
understand
the
that.
motion.
Better
Okay.
let me know first.
Thank you, John.
I'd rather work with you guys so that we all know what we're doing,
Yeah.
rather than me say, well, let me explain it to you halfway through. Because it just makes it harder on me.
No, I get it. All right, so the last item on the agenda is something that when I ran for the office, I had told everybody I was going to get completed. And it took me quite a while. But I have to say, it's a pretty good feeling to finally have completed Minden's first master plan. You have, can you bring up that first page? Dylan? Take your time. I'm gonna milk this out a little bit because I got a lot of people to thank. And I hardly want to take the credit for this happening. I might have been the driver, but there are a lot of people who worked hard. And I would like to thank the board for sticking by while we put together several committees to make this thing happen.
I had my doubts you'd get it done, Bill. Got it done.
You got it done.
So I figured you get it done. I may not have done on the board.
Yeah.
Oh. Pick it up. This is Minden's new master plan. I really gotta say, I was honored with the group that worked diligently over especially the group. It's had a couple iterations along the way, but especially the group that worked over the last 18 to 24 months to make this thing happen. This is an unbelievable document that provides so much to the community now, as far as grant money and stuff like that. Having this master plan opens up so many more doors for us.
Bill, does this have to get approved by Attorney General or anything?
Nope, it needs to be approved by us.
That's
So,
correct.
Ellen Agro sent out a link to everybody. I would like, before the next meeting, everyone to read it. Send any input you have to me. I think it's a thorough document, though. We went through that thing so many times. It wasn't even funny. I find it hard to believe that there'd be a lot that could be changed, but this document really is going to do a lot for the community. And without, if you guys will just bear with me a minute, because I got some people, I invited them to the meeting, but apparently they didn't want to show up. They didn't want to take their moment in the sun, but I don't know if any of them up there. No, I guess not. But these are the members of the steering committee. Ellen Agro, Dan Byer, Nicholas Ciantra, Anthony Davis, Patrick Doherty, Anthony Jenna, Lisa Hilton, Kate Merton, Kathy Schofield, Kathleen Sedgley Nicholson, Robert Sweet, Brett Tebow, and none other than Lonnie Tinio.
Yeah.
And for one particular section, we have a special thanks in here for Ann Mazars for the land use section. So that being said, the next step for this committee is, well, the next step for this board is we need to put together an implementation committee that will manage and follow the implementation of as it moves forward. It's probably gonna, through the years, probably gonna have several iterations. Some of this stuff is several years out. But some things I've already put into the works. Number one was getting that grant, or we haven't got it yet, but applying for that grant to get us the assistance in rewriting our zoning bylaws, bringing it up to this century. Also, a couple of years ago, 2 or 3 years ago, I think, I added can't believe we never had them amended. But I created a rules and regulations for the planning board to how we operate, if you guys recall. And if you recall, we had it in that the board's role is gonna be once a year to review the implementation and make sure that the town is moving in the correct direction. So it'll be the board's responsibility. The planning board is in charge of the master plan. It is their responsibility to make sure that town is following that master plan. This was a community that advised the town on what to do. With that being said, you know, once again, I'd like to, if anyone's listening or not, but anyway, everyone who was involved, terrific job. I can't say enough about them, but so that's all I have. Unless you guys have any questions, give it a good read. Let me know what you think. And yes,
I
Shay.
got one question for you.
Yeah.
So how does that change, or does it change how you view the projects that come before the board?
Well, you know what? We'll do that through zoning. I mean, the process of what this board has to do is we administer the bylaw. Okay? I will tell you that I leave my personal bias out of anything I vote, anything. I've had things I voted it for before that weren't particularly appealing to me. I can tell you specifically the marijuana bylaw. I had to create that because Mendon was a yes community and a lot of people in town wanted to see a bylaw on the books. As soon as I put that into place, I could have had a big score on that building in the corner. I had offers like crazy for my building, and I wouldn't do that to the town of Mendon. So that's how, when we handle these, our job is to make sure they apply to the zoning bylaw. And really, unless it's something, because the applicant has rights too, unless it's really something arduous for the town of Mendon. Our job is just to make sure they build it like we want them to build. You know, and that's why we make these conditions and make them do the things exactly how we want. We use, you know, we had now starting to use having all their engineering plans reviewed. So, and I think the board does a great job at it. And, you know, there are some things you'd like to bang the gavel and tell them no, but that only lands at town in court. So we have to be smart about every application and make sure, if we could just say no, the adult entertainment would never happen. But of course you can't say no. We just have to make sure if they're gonna build it, and who knows, maybe in the process of what we do, they decide they don't want to build it. Harry O came with the gas station. He's been before us twice before with different things on that property. You know, we set forth guidelines for that application and he didn't think it was feasible for him, so he never built it. Now he's back. He might have somebody interested. This is 5 or 6 years later. He might have someone willing to pay what he's looking for, but that in a nutshell. So when we write the bylaws is when we're going to more consider in using the CMRPC to do that. They're the ones that also help to write the master plan. So we'll take the information from the master plan and we'll pose it into our bylaws and rewrite our bylaws. Other than that, we have to go by the bylaws we currently have and do the best we can.
Bill, can I add something to Jay's question?
Sure.
You know, I've done several master plans. This is an unbelievable accomplishment for any town, but Mendon especially, it's your first one. Think of that. I'm very impressed by that. You know, a master plan is not a legal document. There's no bylaws in there. There's no zoning amendments in there. There's a guideline. It's a guideline on all different categories on what more or less the people that were engaged in this representing the town would like to see, what direction they'd like to see the town go in. And then Bill is right. Now, if we get the grant, we will then try to cull out from this any new or refined bylaws to actually make it law in certain sections. I haven't read the whole thing, so I can't comment on that. And then lastly, and I've done this before, is I believe we'll probably set up a spreadsheet of all the recommendations, which department or commission or board is responsible for those recommendations, and put them to task to try to do what the master plan is suggesting. You're not gonna get it all. I think someone told me once, if you can implement over 50% of a master plan, you're doing a great job. So that kind of gives you, some of this is hard stuff, but it's a template and a guide, and we needed this. This town definitely needed this.
Yeah, and I think a lot of good information came out of it. There's, decisions to be made on whether it's commercial, residential, the whole gambit is, the survey. We ran 3 large surveys on this, and a lot of good information was retrieved. And I think it's gonna be put to good use. So we'll figure it out. Yeah, Bob.
Jay, in order just to further Jack's statement is I was on the plan and I didn't know a whole lot about the history of Mendon and whatnot. It goes through the history. It tells you where the vision is and where the future is projected to be. It doesn't just sugarcoat anything. It gives you the pluses and minuses of where we are and where we want to be. It's a really good read and a really good directional instrument to get us to a place that through all of the different surveys that we had, the townspeople guided this.
Yeah.
They're the ones that said, we want open space here, or we want building here, or we want to create more historical districts in these areas. So they're the ones that guided this, and they're the ones that we listened to.
Right, take
and
another
we
one.
tried to make this accommodate everybody's wishes.
And it's not, and Jack's right. It's not an exact science because, first of all, you only get a certain percentage of community. I mean, there's always the same old go-to people. The very first survey we did, we sent out to all 2,000 homes in Mendon. And we received back 1,700 surveys, which is a pretty good indication that the town was interested. So we did I think we captured a lot, but there's still a lot of people in the community that don't get involved. And over time, they'll let us know what their dislikes and likes are. And eventually somebody, and I guarantee I won't be here, somebody will have to do this again, an update for the plan, for the master plan.
They're gonna be updating all the time.
Yeah, it's gonna be updating as they implement.
Forces it too.
You have the page there for the one Uxbridge Road from the paper. I need
As I do.
the file, yeah.
I took it.
You know, also, not to belabor this to death, but I think as applications come in for, I don't know, certain properties, we can look at the master plan and say, gee, they've thought about this for that. Does this fit it or not?
Yeah.
There's no legal binding decision to that, but it's a guide.
That's why-
Sometimes they didn't hit every piece of property, so some things go silent, but.
And that's why we work so hard to set the conditions. I mean, we don't just smooth over these things. We're trying to hold the applicant to how we want that property to be
Yep.
built. And that's our role. That's the job of the planning board in a nutshell. Not to sit here and be a no board, or we just make sure they follow the zoning regulations. And that in the end, they're gonna build it how we want. We'll address every situation that comes up. We'll have our peer reviews done. And even in the middle of an application, we didn't ask them for all their peer reviews. If there's something that's concerning us, we ask the question. So if you ever have a question, we'll get them to do a peer review and fix it, so. But other than that,
Motion adjourned.
did you want to speak? I know you missed the public hearing.
I got you when I could, so I don't know what I missed, but I'll watch.
They moved the dumpster to the other side.
Okay, thank you.
And they're doing some corrections that were recommended by MDM regarding the lane markings and stuff, so. Other than that, I don't think there were many more changes. They did something in the back, as far as travel lane, but they handle the queuing and stuff like that, so.
They're gonna add more arborvitae bushes along.
Yeah, they're gonna extend the arborvitae's all the way down.
Okay.
Past that. So I think we tried to take care of almost all your concerns.
Thank you.
But if you have any questions after you, review the video, you can reach me by email or Jack by email.
Then continue that to.
No, we approved it tonight. Yeah, because they met all the conditions.
Exceptions.
Yeah, we set a bunch of conditions that he has to follow,
But I
but
think they gotta wait 20
After
days.
you-
well, Jack's gotta write the decision first. And I gotta sign it.
Yep.
And then, after we file, it's 20 days, so.
After the appeal period will start.
It'll be a good month before.
Yeah,
Very good, thank you. Have a nice.
Right.
you too.
I had a question, Bill.
Yes,
Thing they did out here, that pole, I thought one of the conditions was to get rid of that pole on the other side of the library. I'll move it. Cause that's gonna be a
Supposed to
turning
go
problem.
underground.
That is gonna be a problem.
That was supposed to
Plans
go.
are right
I
behind
guess we
Jay.
can ask the, committee. We can ask the committee who did it.
I wasn't
I
on
think
the,
Jay Baya is on that committee. Well, I'll have to speak to him.
I thought we put that in one of the conditions.
I'm pretty sure you did, because it was mentioned
Yeah.
at a
I
meeting.
think that, I talked about it. but-
Jack, can you pull
the plan's right behind Jay.
it doesn't show the pole though.
Oh, it doesn't?
Oh. Just fill the driveway.
I don't know.
I'll stop by the office and take a look at the plan. Where's
Yeah, I
everything's-
wasn't involved in this. I don't know much about it.
I should have Jeff do a, post, construction review like they do everything else.
Because
Well, yeah, we should have, I
somebody
guess.
will get that. You know what's going on.
But. Alright, other than that,
Why is it?
so
I already made the motion.
you already made the motion?
Yeah, and I second.
Seconded. So what was the motion again?
To adjourn.
Oh, it's an adjourn. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Good night, guys.
Good
Thank
night.
you.
Yeah.